Weston. I love talking about the Astros, and I'm here to recap Game 9 of the regular season. Astros lose to the Oakland Athletics 7-3. We got out-hit 11-9. So, you can't win them all, is what I titled the video last night. And that's very true. We're not going to win every game this year. But back-to-back games like this, where we just kind of looked flat on offense, they suck. And it's going to hurt, but luckily we have, I don't want to say a cakewalk series coming up next week against the Tigers to start Monday, but that's going to be an easier series. Hopefully we can win that, at the very least get 2 out of the 3. Preferably we'd sweep, but let's just focus on winning it first, or at the very least getting a game out of it, because if we get swept by the Tigers, that would be bad. So on to the actual game at hand, right? Game 9, Urquidy gets the start. We get going. First, top of the inning, right? Top of the first. 1-2-3 go the A's. Good inning by Jose Urquidy. I thought he looked really good. Bottom half of the first for the Astros, Correa drew a walk, and that was it. The Astros couldn't get anything going. In the second, the A's go 1-2-3 again. That's pretty cool. Let's see if we can keep doing that. We wouldn't. In the bottom half of the second, Yuli got a hit by hitting the pitcher's butt with the ball, which was hilarious, and it was an infield single, which is, just a gem. The best part of it easily was when the trainers had to go out and essentially ask him, hey, how's your butt feeling right now? That was a gem. After that, Tucker grounds into a double play. I believe he grounded into 2 of those today. And Diaz with a soft little line out to, I believe, the second baseman, ends the second. In the third, the A's get 1 singular hit, but nothing else. Again, Urquidy through 3, looking fantastic. In the bottom half of the third, Straw flew out, which is not great. Maldonado beat the shift going up the right field foul line, which was kind of cool. Altuve had a really nice hustle double, getting over to second base, moving Maldi to third. And then Brantley popped out, and Correa with a deep fly out to right. Ends it. Thought for a minute that the Correa one was a home run. Everyone did in the stadium, but sadly it was not. In the fourth, Laureano gets a leadoff single to get the first guy on. That's not great. Lowry moves him to third then with a single himself. So now we have runners at the corners. Matt Olson comes up. He singles. The run scores, but he gets caught up in a rundown between first and second with Altuve, Correa, Yuli, and Kyle Tucker came running in, which, take a moment, super good awareness and baseball IQ by Kyle Tucker to move in on that play, seeing that there wasn't anyone over at first, and someone wanted to, or needed to be there, so that was a really nice play. That I think is going to go under the radar for Kyle Tucker, but that was a pretty nice play by him, Didn't end up affecting anything really, but it was nice to see that he can clearly read well, which is, when you're talking about sports, kind of sounds odd saying that someone can read well when they're in their late 20s. Anyway, after that, he struck out Matt Chapman for the next out. Murphy then would single to make it 2-0, and then he picks up another strikeout to end the fourth. In the bottom half of the fourth, Yuli drew a walk, and then Diaz singled, and that was it. That's all we could do. Yuli walking, by the way, I believe he now is tied for the Major League lead in walks with Mike Trout. If you're tied with Mike Trout in something, that is a very, very good thing. In the fifth inning, a 2-out single by Canna, and then a 2-out home run by Laureano make it 4-0 A's. And at this point, I'm like, all right, this is probably over with. Lowry then would fly out to end the top half. In the bottom half of the fifth, the Astros go 1-2-3. That's cool. In the sixth, the A's go 1-2-3, including back-to-back strikeouts. So, Urquidy looked good at points, and he looked really bad at others. Bottom half of the sixth, the Astros do nothing. In the seventh, Bielak comes in to relieve Urquidy. Brown grounds out. Andrus walks. Kai Tom gets a force at second, but he gets to first. A wild pitch moves him over to second. Laureano then walks, and then Lowry with a 2 RBI single, and then Olsen flies out. And that ends the seventh. In the bottom half of the seventh, the Astros would actually get on the board. Kyle Tucker early in that inning to lead it off, in fact. Home run. Another one that's his 4th of the year. Kyle Tucker hitting the ball all over the place this season. Very impressed with that. Diaz would get hit by a pitch to get him to first. Straw grounds out. Gets the force over at second for Diaz. Straw gets to second. Then Maldonado strikes out. Altuve gets a double, moving Straw over to third. Brantley triples for a 2 RBI triple, That makes it 6-3. And then a fly out by Correa to end that, which was a bit of a bummer. In the eighth, Stanek comes in. Chapman flies out. Murphy flies out. Brown homers to make it 7-3. Andres flies out, and that ends the eighth. For the top half, at least. In the bottom, Jordan gets a bunt single, which was very impressive that that was a beautiful bunt. Like, I can't emphasize it enough. That was a really nice bunt by Yordan Alvarez to get that. Yuli would fly out, and then Tucker would ground into another double play. In the 9th, Presley comes in, and he looked really good. Got Kai Tom to ground out. Canna struck out. Laureano got a single and then a steal. But then Laurie grounds out. No harm, no foul. And in the bottom half of the 9th, the Astros go 1-2-3. And that was Diaz, Straw, and Maldonado. Pitching lines, shall we? Urquidy went 6 innings with 7 hits, 4 runs, 7 strikeouts, and no walks. Wow. Didn't realize that. Like, and that was sort of the thing that I was thinking the entire time, actually. I'm going to talk about this briefly. I didn't think his command was, like, terrible or anything. I thought they just did good hitting his pitches. Like, I don't necessarily think it was anything Urquidy did. I think the A's just saw him really well today. So then Brandon Bielak came in, 1 inning, 2 hits, 2 runs, 2 walks, no strikeouts. That's rough. Stanek comes in, 1 inning, 1 hit, 1 run, 1 strikeout, no walks. The 1 was a home run. Presley comes in, 1 inning of work, 1 hit, no walks, no runs, 1 strikeout. So final thoughts. This wasn't as bad as yesterday's game where we left a ton of people on base and couldn't hit with runners in scoring position. We were 2 for 6 with runners in scoring position, so a .333 batting average isn't bad or anything. We just couldn't get it done. And, like, that's the thing. Like, baseball, there's so many games, right? I've already said this. We're going to play 150 games by the time you're putting your Halloween decorations out. Probably really 160, since most people probably start decorating in the 1st of October. So you're going to lose a lot of games. But back-to-back games like this, where we just looked really flat and like we couldn't do anything on offense, those suck. Like, our first 5 games, our first 6 actually, we were just hitting the ball all over the place. And the past few have been kind of not flat, because 3 runs today isn't terrible, and the 2 runs yesterday, well, that is kind of rough. But, you know, the 3 runs like that, that's enough to win some games. The average is 4, so that's just a bit on below average. But we can't do it. We don't pick up anything, and that was about it, right? The only player I really want to shout out was Jose Altuve. He had 2 hits, including an RBI. So that was good. But this was just sort of a rough game. I wasn't incredibly impressed with anything other than Altuve. And that's it. We have, I don't want to say an easy series coming up on Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday, because no team in Major League Baseball is easy. But it is the Tigers, so hopefully we can take at the very least 2 of the 3. I would be very upset if we can't take at least 2 of the 3. And the starters for that, this is actually pretty exciting. We have Greinke going in Game 1, and Odorizzi goes in Game 2, which is, that should be interesting. I'm looking forward to seeing Odorizzi's debut. So that's all I have to say. Thank you all so very much for watching. I hope you all have an absolutely fantastic day, and go Astros.